The truth about muscle growth, why calories matter more than you think. Introduction. If you've been hitting the gym consistently but aren't seeing the muscle gains you expected, the missing piece might not be your workout routine, it could be your calorie intake. Muscle growth isn't just about lifting weights, it requires the right energy balance, and without sufficient calories, your body simply won't build muscle efficiently. This article dives into the science behind muscle growth, the critical role of calories, and why a balanced approach to nutrition is key to maximizing your gains. The role of calories in muscle growth. Muscle hypertrophy, which is the process of increasing muscle size, doesn't happen without an adequate supply of energy. Calories provide the necessary fuel to support muscle growth in several ways. First, they ensure that your body has enough energy to perform intense workouts, which are essential for stimulating muscle development. After exercise, muscles rely on stored glycogen for recovery, and calories help replenish these energy reserves, ensuring your body is ready for the next training session. More importantly, calories are required for muscle protein synthesis, the process by which the body repairs and builds new muscle fibers. Without enough calories, these essential functions become compromised, making it much harder to gain muscle, no matter how hard you train. Balancing macronutrients for optimal gains. While protein is often the focal point of muscle building discussions, optimal growth requires a balance of all three macronutrients. Protein plays a crucial role in muscle repair and synthesis, and consuming between 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight daily has been shown to effectively support muscle development. However, carbohydrates are just as important because they serve as the primary energy source for workouts and recovery. A daily intake of 4 to 7 grams per kilogram of body weight ensures that muscles have the glycogen they need for sustained performance. Fats, often overlooked, are essential for hormone production and overall metabolic health, making up about 18 to 30% of daily calorie intake. Neglecting any of these macronutrients can result in suboptimal muscle growth, lower energy levels, and compromised recovery. Why a caloric deficit stalls muscle growth. Many people assume that as long as they train hard and consume plenty of protein, muscle growth will follow. However, when the body is in a caloric deficit, meaning it is consuming fewer calories than it burns, muscle building processes slow down significantly. Research has shown that even a 20% reduction in calories can lead to a 16% drop in muscle protein synthesis, which limits the body's ability to repair and grow muscle fibers. In extreme cases, the body may even break down muscle tissue for energy, particularly when protein intake is inadequate. There are exceptions to this rule. Beginners who are just starting out with resistance training can sometimes build muscle while in a caloric deficit due to the body's heightened responsiveness to training. Similarly, individuals with high levels of body fat can use stored energy to support muscle growth. However, for most people, maintaining at least their baseline calorie needs is necessary for sustainable muscle development. The protein myth, more isn't always better. There is a widespread belief that the more protein you consume, the more muscle you will gain. However, research suggests that excessive protein intake does not lead to additional muscle growth beyond a certain point. Studies have shown that consuming between 1.6 and 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day is sufficient to maximize muscle gains. Any additional protein is not necessarily used for building muscle, but is instead oxidized and converted into energy or waste. While protein is important, carbohydrates and fats also play essential roles. Carbohydrates fuel high-intensity workouts and replenish glycogen stores, while fats support hormone production, which is crucial for muscle growth and recovery. A diet that prioritizes protein but neglects adequate carbohydrate and fat intake can lead to suboptimal results. The key is to maintain a well-balanced approach that provides enough of each macronutrient to support training and recovery. Aging and muscle maintenance, why it matters more after 30. After the age of 30, Muscle mass naturally declines at a rate of 3 to 8% per decade, with the loss accelerating after age 60. This condition, known as sarcopenia, increases the risk of chronic diseases, metabolic decline, and reduced mobility. Maintaining muscle mass through strength training and proper nutrition is essential for longevity and overall health. Research has shown that people who preserve muscle mass as they age tend to have a higher metabolic rate, better insulin sensitivity, and a lower risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, osteoporosis, and cognitive decline. The good news is that muscle loss is not inevitable. Strength training, combined with adequate calorie and protein intake, can slow or even reverse age-related muscle decline. Avoiding extreme dieting and ensuring a consistent intake of energy and nutrients will help maintain muscle health well into old age. Practical steps to optimize muscle growth. For those looking to build muscle effectively, assessing caloric needs is a crucial first step. Understanding your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, will help determine how much food is required to maintain or gain muscle. Eating at or slightly above maintenance calories is ideal for fueling muscle growth without accumulating excessive fat. In addition to monitoring calorie intake, it is important to distribute protein intake evenly throughout the day. Consuming 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal helps to maximize muscle protein synthesis and recovery. Carbohydrates should not be feared but embraced, as they provide the necessary energy for high-intensity workouts and recovery. Incorporating 4 to 7 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight each day will ensure that muscles have enough glycogen to sustain performance. Strength training should be approached with consistency and progressive overload, gradually increasing resistance to stimulate continuous growth. Lastly, chronic dieting should be avoided. If an individual has been in a calorie deficit for an extended period, reverse dieting, a gradual increase in calorie intake, can help restore metabolic function and support muscle building efforts. Conclusion: fuel your gains the right way. Building muscle is not just about spending time in the gym. It is about ensuring that your body has the resources it needs to grow. Without sufficient energy intake, even the best training program will fail to deliver optimal results. Calories provide the fuel necessary for muscle repair, glycogen replenishment, and sustained workout performance. A balanced macronutrient approach, one that includes sufficient protein, carbohydrates, and fats, ensures that the body has everything it needs for muscle development. Strength training must be consistent and supported by adequate nutrition, particularly as the body ages and becomes more prone to muscle loss. Adjusting diet and calorie intake as the body adapts over time will prevent plateaus and ensure long-term success. Taking an evidence-based, strategic approach to muscle building will maximize gains and support overall health, strength, and longevity. Disclaimer: this article is for educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice. Consult a healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet or exercise routine.